4th February 2021, the first International Day of Human Fraternity as declared by the United Nations in December 2020.
My privilege to introduce Pujya Brahma Vihar Swamiji. Born in Leicester, UK, he has a highly brilliant educational background and was offered a scholarship by Oxford University to read medicine. He was initiated into a sainthood by his Guru Pramukh Swami Maharaj in 1981 at the age of 16. He then studied Eastern and Western philosophy, Sanskrit, and world religions. He is an astounding orator and writer and a member of core team which designed and made the two Aksharadham Mandirs in Gujarat and New Delhi. Currently, he is heading the BAPS Hindu Mandir project, the first tradition Hindu temple in the UAE. Welcome on board, Pujya Brahma Vihar Swamiji. Well, now I would love to ask this question to Swamiji. What is your message on this day and day-to-day life, and how can we make this world a better place to live for all people with dignity, education, freedom of choice, respect, peace, love, and fraternity? And to add on, what are the priorities for the nation's current situations?
More importantly, our past president, the most beloved president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he often told us, because I've had the pleasure of sharing a lot of ideas and a lot of love and exchange of dialogue with him, he often told us, rather than just harmony or unity, it has to be unity of minds and unity of hearts. And I believe that today, through your medium, you have brought together not just different minds, cultures, and religious people, but also like-minded people in the audience or the people before you. So I congratulate all of you. And focusing on what the question was just asked, today, 4th February, as the United Nations has declared the Day of International Fraternity, I believe by doing that, the United Nations is not just celebrating a day, or we are not just celebrating a year or a decade. In actual fact, we are celebrating the history of humanity. Look at the past. Because of harmony, we have flourished. And this harmony leads us to complete destruction. And we also know that from history, we have learned that as a species, human beings or man, we are not the fastest, the strongest, or the most fearless. A cheetah runs faster than us. A bull is far stronger, and a lion is more fearless. But because we are united as a human race, no lions can create a race of lions, and no bulls have ability to connect minds and hearts to create a race of bulls. But because we have connected, communicated, and we have cooperated with everybody, we have emerged as one of the most supreme races or species on this planet. So we know from the past, it's harmony or fraternity that has brought us where we are. If at this time, at the peak of our intelligence, at the peak of our development and technology, if we do not come together as in one brotherhood or fraternity or forget the differences that divide us, then perhaps we may not even have a future. Growing up on the wisdom and values of Hindu Dharma, we have been nursed, and I think all of us in every different religion and every culture, we have been nursed with the idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. Yes, you may live in different corners of your house, but you are still one family. We have been nursed with the idea, Yatra Vishwam Bhavati Eka Needam. The whole world is one nest, and we have to flourish together. The third idea that we have been nursed with, it's very important, is Vayam Amrutasya Putraha. We are the children of the same immortal God. So if all of us are children of God, in every religion, they say either man has been made in the image of God, or God is our ultimate father, or we call God the maker or the creator. Then obviously everything on this earth, we are related by default. We are related by completely naturally. So if we recognize that, the Hindu values as such with every religion, they tell us that ano bhadraha kratavo yantu vataha. Welcome ideas, welcome values, welcome wisdom from all corners of the world. And that would be the bedrock of creating this fraternity. Rather than trying to say, our spiritual head, Yogiji Maharaj used to say, never think that mine is always the best, but always think that whatever is best should become mine. So welcome values from every religion, every culture, and we will grow as a humanity. And our current spiritual head, Mahan Swami Maharaj, very beautifully and aptly, he puts an idea which I believe is the right platform to share. He says, with all this development and all this progress, what is the greatest problem of this world? Disharmony. Then what is the solution to that problem? Harmony. So how do you generate harmony? By living in harmony with everyone. How do you live in harmony with everyone? By generating harmony within ourselves. But how do you generate harmony within yourselves? And the answer is so simple. By striking harmony with the energy of God and the beauty of life. You cannot love God by disrespecting other people. Hinduism also says it's not just about fraternity and harmony amongst human beings. It's about living in harmony with nature, living in harmony with your neighbors, living in harmony with all the species, even the vegetation. That's why the beautiful Sanskrit verse, the peace mantra is Om Dyohu Shanti Ranta Rikshaghu Shanti Prithavi Shanti Rapaha Shantihi, which means let the skies be peaceful, let the earth be peaceful, let the mountains, the deserts, the waters, and the seas be peaceful, let the forest be peaceful, let peace be all around me, only then I can be peaceful. Peace cannot be selfish. And that's what I want to celebrate today, that I believe I should share. I was present when His Holiness Pope Francis and His Eminence, Dr. Ahmad Al-Tayyab, both of them, when they signed the fraternity document in 2019 on 4th February, I was sitting there before them. So I believe that all the 700 religious people who were present, and when this document was signed, what's so important about this document? Because I want to ask you, which culture, which religion, which country, or which leader does not believe in harmony and fraternity? All of us do. But what this signing of this document and what this day of International Day of Fraternity is doing is bringing that idea into the focus of world vision. Yes, I believe our vision to the mission to the moon is important. I also believe our vision to the mission of Mars is important. Whether it's technology, whether it's development in genetic engineering, whether it's all this technology that we are doing, that vision is okay, that's good. But to bring forth and give the world a vision of human fraternity and bring it to the center stage, I think that is extremely important for everybody to back and to deliver. And why do I say that? Because I think all of us know and understand that God created our world. And when God created the world, if He did not believe in variety and harmony, He would have painted the whole world just one color. The fact there are millions of shades of even one color and millions and billions of colors, I do believe that God values diversity and harmony. If God just wanted one single species, there would not be the hundreds and thousands of species on this earth. God values diversity and harmony. And I also believe God created all the races in equality. It is our duty that we respect, we accept, and we protect everything. Just today, science is telling us that biodiversity is important for our existence. That's why we cannot destroy the species. You cut away the trees, and the oxygen levels will drop, carbon dioxide will rise, and all humanity would disappear in less than 70 days. So we actually depend on the most non-mobile, non-verbal species on this earth. Then, of course, even small species are important for our existence. Then what about other human beings? Then what about other ideas, other religions, other cultures? So we have to respect, accept, and protect, just as we protect biodiversity. I think that is equally important. And as I conclude what I wanted to say, and I think it's very important that God does not even want, because if he respects diversity, then we should stop dreaming about just one nation and one religion, or one world and one religion. We must also dream about all nations with all religions. We must also dream about not a time when there will be only one world religion, but when all religions would be one. As we stand together, as we respect each other, as we protect and promote each other, that's the sign of real human fraternity. And I believe one of the most important factors in life is, and I think all of us agree to that, that of course everything that we do is important. But if we are not united, then what would happen? We would not have a future to look forward to. The greatest value and wisdom we could leave behind for our future generation is that united, we came to where we are, and united and in harmony, we will become what we have to become. The last idea which Our Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj always embedded in our minds, and that is one of the reasons why, with the help of the royal leadership of the UAE and also our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi, that the friendship of the two nations, the unison of the two cultures, the respect of two civilizations has resulted into this making of the first traditional Hindu temple in the Middle East. And why do I say that? Because I wanted to share with you that the temple that we are building is already bringing different countries, different cultures, and different religious people together. Imagine a Muslim king donating land to a Hindu temple where our lead architect is a Christian Catholic, Michael, where our chief consultant is a Chinese communist. And I also wanted to share where our project manager is a Sikh, Jaspir Singh, where our contractors are Shapurji, Palanji, Parsis. What more do you want for communities, cultures, and countries getting together to leave a legacy for the world? Our Holiness Pramukh Swami often asked, and I would leave that as the last question to the audience. And I think it's up to all of us to understand what I'm trying to say is, what nationality is the sun? Is it Indian? Is it Russian? Is it American? Is it British? The sun is beyond nationality. It is there for those who want to see light. What color is air? Is it black, brown, yellow, white? Air is beyond the color of race. It is there for those who want to breathe and live. What class does earth belong to? Is it higher class, lower class, or middle class? Earth is there for those who want to walk and stand erect. It is beyond class and caste. What religion is water? Does it belong to Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism? Water is there for those who are thirsty. It gives life to people of every religion and race. And finally, what race does space belong to? Just because we've scratched the surface of the moon, man begins to own space? No, just because Mangalyaan has just gone close to Mars, that doesn't belong to man. We have hardly moved out of the porch of our home and we think that we own the universe. As Pramukh Swami often said, that these 5 elements, earth, water, air, fire, and a space, they are universal. Then they are owned by nobody and enjoyed by everybody. Even our life is universal. Even our culture and spirituality is universal. And that's what His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj told Abdul Kalam when he asked that India 2020, I have 5 areas where India should develop, whether it's agriculture, whether it's education, whether it's health, information technology, critical technology, infrastructure. So how should India develop? Our Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj told him that Dr. Kalam, add a 6th dimension, add faith in God. Without faith in God, people will not be moral. Without morality, there will be no harmony. Without harmony, there will be no world. So I believe that I am here and I particularly pay my respects to everybody. But thank you again that we should ask these questions to ourselves and it should be inner harmony. We should have a dialogue with ourselves, with our followers, and with each other that this is the only way forward. Do we have a choice? No, we do not have a choice. And it's not something that we are free to choose or not to choose. This is the only way forward. So we celebrate this International Day of Human Fraternity, initiated by the UAE and supported by the United Nations and celebrated by the world. And I believe all of you, by arranging this dialogue today, has given each one of us great hope and a great future. Thank you again.